What's up guys, hope you're having a great day. Today we're looking at Dotpad. So we're back with another Launchpad, but this time we're not looking at Dotpad as a Launchpad and doing a Launchpad review. We're looking at Dotpad that's having its own IDO, which is going to be very exciting. Why? They're launching on the 27th of January and they fall under the BlueZillas ecosystem. And from all the previous results that we've seen, all Launchpad going through the BlueZillas ecosystem do very well. The last one that we've seen was MetaVPad that did like a 1300x. So the results were crazy. The amount of money that people made on it was crazy. So can we expect the same thing from Dotpad, or is it gonna do even better? That is obviously what we want to know. And how can we participate in the Dotpad launch in its own IDO, right? Sure, maybe after that they're gonna launch IDOs and they're gonna launch projects, and that's gonna be cool. But for now, we want to know, can we make money on Dotpad, yes or no, right? So Dotpad uniting the Substrate, Kusama and Polkadot ecosystem. As you can see in the name already, by dot it falls under the Polkadot ecosystem, right? We know BSC scan on the Binance Smart Chain. We've just previously looked at VLASPad, which falls under the VLAS chain. That's kind of a little bit one of the newer ones. And this one, as you can see, it falls on the Polkadot ecosystem. So Dotpad provides a unified crowdfunding platform for all things Substrate, giving future Kusama and Polkadot ecosystem projects a means to bootstrap their development, grow their user base and fast track their development. One word you're gonna see come back a lot here is Substrate. So from blockchains to projects. Widely built as the first framework for building true third generation blockchains, Substrate is poised to become the platform of choice for new blockchains. We ensure the most promising projects leveraging Substrate technology get the funding and research they need to thrive. So I know a lot of people don't know what Substrate is. There's a lot of different meanings to that word, right? That kind of depends on the context. But in this case, for us, Substrate is the modular blockchain framework on which Edgeware and Kusama are built, and it's the foundation for the whole Polkadot ecosystem. So Substrate allows developers to quickly build and launch a blockchain with a variety of feature options available for a wide range of project needs. So now we know that, we can continue. Here you can see, so there's not that much information available on Dotpad yet. Obviously, it's brand new. They're launching in like 16 days from now. So we're nice and early, which is good because it means that we have a lot of opportunity to participate in it in a lot of various ways if we want to. And as we know, MetaVPad 1300x, even if it's going to do half of that, 10% of that, the results are going to be awesome. So this is definitely something that we want to know about and how we can put as much in as we possibly can, right? Not financial advice. Dotpad will support several primary project types. So layer 1 chains, awesome. The most ambitious of projects looking to deploy their own layer 1 blockchain built on Substrate. Think the next Polkadot or the next Kusama. So these projects can be awesome, of course, right? That's going to be projects that are thinking bigger picture. If you're one of the first ones to invest in a project like this and it's actually going to take off and do very well, you can imagine the type of results you will get. Parachain candidates, so promising projects looking to deploy on Polkadot and Kusama as a parachain and parathread. Native projects, so it's going to be looking at sought after projects looking to host their dApps and infrastructure on a pre-existing parachain across Polkadot, Kusama, or even both. And then lastly, supporting infrastructure, platforms that extend, augment, or open up the functionality of projects in the Polkadot, Kusama, or general Substrate ecosystem. Awesome, partnered with the Dot Fund. So what we want to know is, we're going to go through this a little bit quick. What we want to know a little bit more is about the BlueZillas ecosystem, right? Because that's something that's coming back very often in all the other previous videos that I have done recently. Well, not all of them, but GameZone and VLASPad are one of the most recent videos that we've done. And obviously they are falling under the BlueZillas ecosystem as well. If you haven't checked those out, make sure that you do, because those are the ones that are also launching Dotpad. So if you're in VLASPad or GameZone or even both and a couple of other ones, you can participate in the Dotpad. So partnered with the Dot Fund as part of our goal to unlock the very best of the Polkadot ecosystem and maximize the number of high quality opportunities available to Dotpad participants, we forged a working relationship with Master Ventures Fund. So that means deeper connections, more deal flow, high quality, greater exposure. So why Polkadot and Kusama? I guess this is why they're gonna pitch in this. I haven't read this yet, but they're gonna pitch here about why they've chosen that blockchain. But more than why they've chosen that blockchain, as in what's good about it, we know that they're slowly going towards every single one of them. They already have the Binance Smart Chain, they already have Ethereum, they have BlueZillas now, which is obviously a little bit newer. They have a couple more, so it's only logical, it only makes sense for them to get into Polkadot now. And Polkadot itself is obviously doing a lot of good work. It's getting a bigger and bigger and bigger audience, I guess, as a blockchain where projects are being built on. So it's not just people investing in it, and it's actually getting a lot more projects that are being launched on the Polkadot chain. And that is why it is good to have a launchpad on the same chain as well. So although most blockchains exist as silhouette ecosystems that are unable to communicate or exchange value, it is clear that the future of blockchain is interoperable. Man, sometimes English words are just too difficult for me. But you guys know what it means, right? Both Polkadot and Kusama pose an attractive resolution to the interoperability problem. They're doing this on purpose by providing the infrastructure for an open cross-chain landscape of products where applications built on separate blockchains can easily communicate with one another. I need a bit of water. Oh, that's empty, almost. So Kusama, for the most groundbreaking projects, rapid governance, often a stepping stone to Polkadot. And then for battle-tested, proven projects, slower governance. With parachain slot auctions now live for both platforms, we fully expect to see a mad dash of high-quality projects launching on Kusama and Polkadot. Cool. So what do we want to know is we want to know why they've chosen this, what's good about it. So that's what we see here, the power of Substrate. It has speed, security, efficiency, interoperability, scaling, and modularity. Man, these words. So speed makes only sense, right? Speed is Substrate is fast. Something that we see on the Ethereum blockchain is there's a lot of congestion going on, even on the Binance, or not even, especially on the Binance Smart Chain lately. We see quite some congestion with transactions going on, which is very annoying. A lot of projects that are being launched, they end up being fully congested and they have to either postpone the launch or sometimes they just fully cancel it. It was the same thing with a lot of projects on the Solana blockchain, fully just crash the whole system and have to then postpone it until the next day or the day after that. So you want to have efficiency, and which falls under speed, I guess, as well. So plain and simple, depending on the exact configuration, Substrate-based chains can achieve a throughput of potentially thousands of transactions per second. BlueZillas is supposed to be the fastest blockchain out there right now. So BlueZillas that they fall under as well should be one of the best ones when it comes down to speed. All right, so security, efficiency makes sense. Ultra energy efficient nominated proof of stake consensus. Interoperability, I'm getting used to that word now. Cross-parachain communication enables a whole range of use cases that were not possible on previously isolated sovereign blockchains. Scaling, you're obviously able to scale, capable of scaling to over 1 million TPS. Polkadot and Kusama are able to support the mass market applications of tomorrow. And modularity, an open source ecosystem. Substrate provide builders with an entire suite of tools, modules, and battle-tested code that can be used to go from ideation to product in record time. So that's just a lot of helpful tools for projects to be built on, right? What do they do for project selection? So this is funny, this is cool. This is kind of what we look for as well when we participate in IDOs and looking for good launchpads, right? Why is well, that's the same thing. If we review a project, this is what we look for. Team strength, what's the team about? How experienced are they? What do they do? What's their background? How big is the team, right? Which is very important to know a little bit about what the project itself is going to do. Past experience kind of falls under the same category, right? The experience from the team. Addressable market size, disruptive potential. So this is something that we always look for. How much potential is there for growth when we put our money in? How much money can we eventually take out, right? Simply put. And then innovation, token economy, development status, competitive advantages. So innovation? Are they solving a problem? Are they really coming up with something new? Is this going to be something that everybody needs, right? Because if that's the case, you already know it's going to attract a lot of investors and a lot of people using the project, whatever it might be. Token economy, so how are they dividing their tokens? Is the team getting too much of the tokens, meaning that they control a little bit too much of the price? Whatever it may be, we kind of want to know what the economics are, the tokenomics are. Development status, how far are they in the development? Can we expect new things coming up? Can we expect new announcements coming up frequently? Because if that's the case, again, it's going to attract a lot more people. It's going to attract a bigger audience. It's going to get a lot of exposure. And competitive advantages, how do they separate themselves from other competitors? Which only makes sense, but yeah, it's good to sometimes kind of see what the things need to be that you are looking for yourself as well when looking at Launchpad's IDOs, projects, whatever it may be. So here's how it works. So these are the selfies. There's a 10% selfie, which is awesome, on the sell orders, and an early on staking fee of 25 cents. And as you can see, they're burning stuff as well, meaning we don't know the tokenomics yet. I think they don't even know. So we don't know the tokenomics yet of this project, but at least because we know there's a burning fee, it helps with the token price, right? The more tokens are being burned, the higher the price will be of the tokens, which helps us as investors with making more money, because the higher the price is, the more money we make. Simply said. So 7.5% of the fee will be rewarded to stakers in we don't know what yet, and 2.5 will be burned. And early on staking fee, there's an option to early on stake, gives you a 25% fee, which is quite a lot, right? And if you wait 21 days, then you don't have a fee. So you only need to stake it for 3 weeks. It's not that long. Ultra low initial market cap, $290,000. IDO token information. To participate in the IDO, you must have completed KYC and be staking your DPAD a minimum of 3 hours before the IDO begins. So this is going to be about not the IDO from Dotpad itself, but eventually wanting to participate in the IDOs that Dotpad is going to launch, right? So because you can't have any tokens yet before it's launched. To participate in IDO, you must have completed KYC, staking it up at a minimum of 3 hours. So you need, this is the exact same thing. All right, cool. So you need to stake it 3 hours before, and then you're locked for 3 weeks, and then you can take it out. So public price, we don't know yet. I think we do. So I think it's sorted somewhere. No, we haven't seen it, by the way. Only thing that we do know is that the initial market cap is $290,000. We'll get to that list in a second. But we don't know the initial supply yet. We don't know the tokenomics yet, so we can't know the public price per token yet. We don't know the total supply and supply at listing. So this is all question mark. We can't know the tokenomics yet. The only thing that we do know is that it's backed by BlueZillas. So that's really our only building point of why we kind of should feel like we should invest in it, I guess. So the tier system, we see that there are going to be 3 tiers. There's going to be Dotpad Starter, Dotpad Pro, Dotpad Advanced. But how, what, when, and where, we don't know yet. 3 hours before staking it, the highest one, you don't have any whitelist requirements. And the other one, social media stuff, Twitter like, comments, retweet, etc. Simple stuff. Always guaranteed allocation, which is good. There's only one launchpad so far that I would participate in that doesn't have any guaranteed allocation, which is SoulRaiser. Previous video done, which is built on obviously the Solana blockchain. They don't have any guaranteed allocation. So far, that's the only launchpad I've come across that I would participate in that doesn't guarantee me any allocation yet. But here you can see, yes, it does give you a guaranteed allocation. If you haven't seen all the previous videos from the launchpads, it's pretty important to kind of know the differences between all of them. So do make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you get updated on all the new videos that come up, so you stay up to date with all the new launchpads that are coming through. And I would really appreciate it if you do that as well, of course. So Dotpad is the next project in the BlueZillas ecosystem. Now this is the most important thing. Cross-chain project launching are increasingly commonplace. So what we want to do, this is not that important. Here you can see following the recent success of BSCPad, for example, which obviously they have launched before. Here you can see TronPad as well, which have achieved 300x ROIs. But what we want to go to is we want to go to their website. Why? Is because we can easily see all the results on their website there. So this is the BlueZillas website. Invest, incubate, and accelerate. incubator like no other. So here at BlueZillas Labs, we specialize in taking your innovative idea from concept all the way through to launch, using their expertise in market leading advisory, investment development, influencer marketing, and legal support services. So they're the only venture capital with in-house developers, designers, marketers, influencers, traders, legal, and launchpads. Yeah, they're like an all-round. They have everything needed. So they're established them very well in the market. But what's important for us to know is that launching a new Dotpad almost it can't fail when you're backed by such big guys, of course, right? That's at least what you would expect. So BlueZillas is the exclusive incubator behind record-breaking BSC-Pad, Tron-Pad, Ethereum-Pad, KCC-Pad, NFT Launch, AdaPad, VLS-Pad, and GameZone. So they're covering all blockchain chains out there right now. What we want to know is below here. So as you can see, BSC-Pad, Ethereum-Pad, Tron-Pad, the ones that we've covered lastly were GameZone and VLS-Pad. They did very, very awesome. MetaVPad is brand new. That was the newest one, and that did the crazy results. And now you have Dotpad as well. Here we go, incubation support services. I think it comes up in a second. They support marketing, influencer network development, design video, smart contracts, IDOs, advisory, partnerships, legal, and tokenomics. So they can help you with everything you need to help with when setting up projects, right? Incubator projects are all of these, which we've already seen before. BitOrbit, Katana, Inu, they launched Valhalla. They all launched on VLS-Pad as well, and they had pretty decent results. One of them, I think it was Valhalla, did like 164x on it. So most results, probably all of them, were very positive. Selected all-time highs, here we go. 1290x done on MetaVPad. Imagine if you would have been able to put $500 into that, $1,000 into that, or even if you would just put in $50, you can imagine the results that you had on something like this, right? Only a $10 allocation would be worth $12.9 thousand, right? So even if the allocation is very, very, very small, which usually not the case when a launchpad just launches, you usually get a little bit more, but the results are there purely, or the amount of money result is there purely because of the total gain. Valhalla did 630. What is it? Astro swap, I don't know what this is. 527x KCC-Pad, 410, 380, 360, all results. Even the lowest one, 38x, is something that you'd be very, very happy with, right? So even the lowest one. GameZone did 206, VLS-Pad did 276. So the cool thing with this is the newer ones are also performing better overall. If you look at it, kind of like the overall picture of it, you can see MetaVPad is the newest one that did very well. Valhalla was the one before that, I think. So the two most recent ones did very well. BSC-Pad has been a little bit longer ago, for example, and these ones came afterwards. So there's probably a trend going up here because there's just more people investing in it. There's more trust, there's more belief, there's more confidence, there's more hype. Which means for Dotpad being the newest one after MetaVPad doing a result like this, you can definitely expect a lot of people to jump in it at the start. If they're not investing in it from a launchpad, they will probably invest in it at the launch. There's just so much money going to be put in that we definitely, we should be aiming for like, well, I would say 100x to be moderate, but you want to dream a little bit, you want to be excited a little bit, so why not go for like the 500 to 1000 or 500 to 1500x on the launch? But that's just a total guessing game. Why? Because we don't have any other information of the tokenomics yet, so we don't know the setup, we don't know whether that's going to be possible or not in the first place, right? One thing that we want to know, now we're here anyway, is this, right? So this is if you want to participate in the whitelist for Dotpad, you can sign up. This one is just simply on their Twitter. Here you go to the Twitter and then you find this link somewhere down below. If you look for it, here we go, full announcement. Probably if you click on this one, then it directs you to that page, right? Yes, it does. Here we go. But I already have it open for you. So here you can see what launchpads are participating in it, and you can sign up for it pretty easily. So introducing BlueZillas' largest public allocation ever. That's good. Largest public allocation ever. And the next step to the ultimate cross-chain ecosystem, Dotpad. Dotpad is the perfect solution for ecosystem growth for Polkadot, Kusama, and Substrate. These projects are resolving interoperability issues by building a true open and cross-chain landscape. Alright, cool. So that's not that important, but this is 27th of January is the date. So we have 16 days to go. Initial market cap 290K, and they're launching on these launchpads: BSCPad, Trumpad, KCCPad, GameZone, VPad as well. So if you're not familiar with these two, make sure that you watch the previous videos so you kind of know what it's like to get involved with both of these. I really like both of them. I'm not even too sure which one I would prefer to get into, but knowing that Dotpad is coming up soon, I would just jump in both of them and kind of get a feel for it. So I get extra allocation in Dotpad, and then I'll probably choose one of these two afterwards. NFT launch, PLSPad, MetaVPad as well, of course, AdaPad and EthereumPad. So you can just choose whichever one if you're in one of these already, and if not, then you kind of want to do a little bit of research to see which one you prefer. What do you want to look for, staking period, allocation amount, etc., etc., right? Cool. What do you then need to do? You put in your email address, you just choose whichever address it is from the launchpad that you're participating in, and you press enter. Simply done. So that's all the information that we have on Dotpad. That's all the information that we need. We know that the previous results from every single thing backed by BlueZillas, all the launchpads have been amazing. So we're just going to choose whatever launchpad we want to participate in and see how much allocation we can get on Dotpad. Please let me know in the comments below whether you're going to participate in Dotpad, yes or no, and whether which launchpad you're going to choose to participate with. Thanks for watching, guys. If lastly you could hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you get updated on the next videos, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.